Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Beast here, bringing you some racing on Forza Motorsport 7. So there is a new bounty hunter challenge as we're looking at right now. So this is actually Turn 10's Dan Greenawalt. His gamer tag is Nebuchadnezzar, which is actually a pretty sick gamer tag in my opinion. So this is using the Shelby GT350R. So as you'll see here, when I choose my car, it actually glitches out the wheels. Check this out. When I select it, watch. Oh! The wheels rotate off the car. So, yeah, so this is the new Bounty Hunter event. I'll link the forum post in the description so you guys can see what his time is. So basically what this is he goes on and he sets a time on the track with a certain car, and then we have to come in and beat it. Anybody who participates and who puts up a leaderboard time will be getting I think it's a 2011 Audi TT, and then anybody who beats him will be getting a special edition car. Now the contest runs all the way through the November 20 something. I'm gonna look right here. Of course I don't have it pulled up still. So it goes through the end of November, not the very end, but that goes through. I'm pulling it up here. Just enjoy the sound of this for a second. By the way, a little glitch I've noticed. Look at the exhaust tailpipes as you're listening to the sound here, and look at what they're doing. Isn't that weird? Looks like they're shaking around or something. So, okay, so the Bounty Hunter event runs until November 26th. And the final time that Dan's going to set will be set during the week of November 19th. So, if you beat his time now, which I did in this race, you don't get anything. You won't get anything until the end of the month. So, now this is my first time driving this car, so please excuse the driving. Let's see here. So, yeah, or excuse me, 2010. So, anyone who puts the time on the leaderboard will get the 2010 Audi TT RS, the coupe. And then anyone who beats him will be rewarded with an exclusive car, and it actually is not a set car yet, so they're actually going to allow us to vote on what car it should be. They're going to give us some choices, and we get to pick. Yeah, so anyway, they said they'll announce the poll's going to be live for 3 days, and they'll announce the winning car in next week's edition. So I don't know if it's still active or not. Oh, yeah, it says on Tuesday, November 14th. They're going to post the poll. So that's actually yesterday. So there should be 48 hours left for you guys to vote if you want. Like I said, I'll link this article in the description. And in this article, there's a link to that Twitter page. So yeah, I mean, this is an interesting car. I was a little bit excited to drive it because this is a really nice car. This is a sort of a legendary car. So, you know, the Mustang, they have the Shelby. They always traditionally have had the Shelby GT, and I tried something different there and it didn't work out. So this is Killer Spoon's Ghost that I'm racing against. I didn't think about it before I started the race, so his is just the default one that I'm racing against, but I'm never actually able to beat him, spoiler alert. He uses no ABS, so he's able to brake a little bit later than me, and so while I can keep pace with him through most of the track toward the end, like when I get toward the end of the video, I'm keeping up with him pretty close. I can't beat him on the first turn, and like the corkscrew, I can't beat him either, so, which is the turn. I'll point that out for those of you who don't know what the corkscrew is here in a second, but yeah, so he was able to stay ahead of me. So we're actually coming to the corkscrew right now. And again, these are just my first couple laps, so I wasn't doing as well with the car. This is the corkscrew right here. It's a world famous turn, so this one right here. So look at that, I went just so far off. So anyway, yeah, so they've traditionally had the Shelby GT350, which is the smaller engine, and then they had the GT500, which is the bigger engine. And with this generation of Mustang, they actually haven't had a GT500 yet. And it's kind of been a bit of a debate, and people have been, you know, not thrilled with it. And here I was just taking a breather because I was doing okay, but then I just messed up a bunch. So yeah, so they had the GT350, but no GT500, and so they actually came out with this car, the GT350R, which is basically the track variant, you know, with better suspension, better tires. Actually has some Carbon Revolution wheels. Now, I've seen the video on Jay Leno's Garage about this car, which is pretty sick, and he talks about how when they first came to him with this car, they had these Carbon Revolution wheels on it. Or maybe he had talked to Carbon Revolution, I'm not quite sure, but he had talked to Carbon Revolution about the wheels that they had, and they were $20,000 a piece. And they were talking about how they were working with a major manufacturer, and they didn't say who it was, but then of course, like, you know, a year or two later ends up being on the GT350R. So obviously they're not that expensive now, but this car's beastly. It has a Voodoo engine, which is the new engine that they redesigned with lower center of gravity. It's more of kind of like a European style engine, and I don't know that this car sounds quite right here in this game. I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard this car a couple of times through different video reviews I've watched and stuff, and it definitely doesn't seem to sound like this. I'm not really sure, but anyway, that's just me. So anyway, it's a sweet car. It's a very track-oriented car, and a lot of people ranted and raved about the car and said how great it was, and how beastly it was, and how exciting it was to drive, and all the sound and everything. Now, it's a naturally aspirated car, and it's a very, at least I'm pretty sure it's a naturally aspirated car. I thought that as I was driving it, because it's it almost sounded supercharged when I was racing it, but I was under the impression that it was a naturally aspirated car. I'm gonna look it up. Because, you know, good old Wikipedia has everything. Information about everything. I was a little surprised how well the car handled. I mean, it handles okay. Definitely not like what I'm used to. But, you know, it handles pretty well. And, you know, it's nice to be able to do these type of events, because you always get a chance to mess around with different cars. And, you know, I mean, I didn't know how much I liked racing other cars until I started racing them, you know, just to make content for you guys. I started doing that, you know, 6 months ago, and I realized how much fun it was to drive these other cars. And certain ones, you know, I don't like driving like hatchbacks or, you know, Volkswagen Jettas or anything like that. I mean, that's just, I hate those. I can't stand those. So, okay, let's see. Models and special editions, huh? There we go. GT350R. And apparently, Ford is the first major auto manufacturer to include carbon fiber wheels as standard equipment. But yeah, there's no air conditioning. They take out the stereo. There's no rear seats. There's no trunk, floorboard, and carpet. There's no backup camera. No emergency tire sealer or inflator. They also take out the resonators in the exhaust. And these are all, you know, all for weight savings. So it's 130 pounds lighter than the GT350 Track Pack model, which they said here has been in multiple 24-hour racetrack tests. Yeah, the rims only weigh 18 pounds each, and typically a similar style aluminum rim would be 33 pounds. So that's, you know, it's only 60% of the weight. Man, of course I find everything here except the engine. Let's see here. Oh wow, wait, what? No, that says they're only gonna make 33. They said they're only gonna make 37 units of the GT350R. I don't know about that. Anyway, Dan Greenawalt has one of these cars. That's why That's why he's doing this car. Well, it basically has the same GT3, the same the V8 engine that they put on the GT350, which is it's a flat plane crank. So that's that's more of like a European style engine as opposed to what we have here in America usually. 526 horsepower, 429 foot-pounds of torque. So, I mean, it's just an exciting car. It was fun to drive actually. See, like right there, see how he pulls away from me? And I couldn't quite get the braking down. It took me until, I think, lap like 9 or 10 to be able to get the braking down there, because like I was braking real hard, which is fine, but I was downshifting the first two early, and I kept sliding the back out. That's one of the things that I never know with cars like this, is when I can get off the brake and back on the gas and stuff. It's just, they don't handle as predictably as I'm used to. So yeah, anyway, if you guys want to do this race, check it out. It's pretty fun. It'll be one of those things where it's ongoing. I'll revisit it again later, obviously. I don't know if I'll necessarily bring you guys a video or not on it, but I'll be revisiting it later just to make sure that I have a decent time. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching my video. Enjoy the rest of the sound in the video. If you like my content, subscribe. I'm sorry I don't have much more voiceover for you today. I'm kind of sick, so not really feeling like blowing hot air for another 10 minutes while I race. So thank you guys for being here and checking it out, and I will see you in the next video. Check back soon. Thanks, guys.